The WS Daily continues. Our good buddy Justin Howard from Trinity Custom Carpentry drops by, as he does every Monday. Let's feature the tool of the week. It's not like an electric tool, though. It's a can of Raid.
It is, yeah. It's kind of a joke, really. Like, we had the tool of the week happening, but it gives us an intro to our segment, which is carpenter ants. And
it's just around the corner. I know these little things can do a lot of damage, but how do you define, how do you know a carpentry ant, because he's doing carpentry.
Nice.
No, a carpenter ant from...
We're hiring.
Yeah, from another species of ant.
Carpenter ants, they have wings.
Oh, okay.
So if you see a winged ant in your home in the winter, that's a bad sign.
They can do a lot of damage.
They can do a whole lot of damage, and they're strength in numbers. So if they get a nest in any kind of structure, yeah, some serious things can happen. And I have some images. We did a job where carpenter ants got in and destroyed the sill of a house. So
well, talk us through here. What are we looking at? This is the first shot?
Yeah, this is actually the entry point. So you can see that's the foundation wall where the driveway meets up to it. That was their access point. They got in into where the sill was. So your sill and your rim board rest on the foundation. So we had to dig down a foot,
wow,
cut out the driveway, and there'll be another shot where you can actually see into the house. So that's some of the damage that carpenter ants can do.
That's what they did.
They chewed that through, yeah, and that's a foundational point to the structure. So we had to assess it, get an engineer in, and because it was about a 30-foot span, we had to remove the rim board in 4-foot sections. Then we doubled it up, did the whole span, then we wrapped it in a blue skin, which is a water barrier. It's a very thick membrane, but we went a foot below and a foot above grade. Then we sealed it all off with Typar and then put the siding back on, and it was completely remedied and fixed. But the other thing we did that the pictures didn't show is your standard OSB board is your sheathing that goes on the house. A foot up, we put cement board, so the ants would not be penetrating through that.
Okay, that's an example of the problem going too far.
Yeah, well, what had happened, this homeowner, they had a crawl space. So it was used primarily for storage. The homeowner happened to go and was moving some stuff that he normally didn't do, and he saw a whole series of sawdust. Then when he pulled the insulation and vapor barrier back, it was a complete infestation. There was hundreds of thousands of ants that were chewing away. Very damaging. So, you know, you got to find the access point, then you got to stop it. First, you got to kill them. I brought the can kind of as a joke. You would want an insecticide. If you're indoors, there's powders that you can use. If you don't have access but you know where they're at, you'd have to drill a hole and then infuse the powder to first eliminate the ants. Well, if you don't get rid of them, then it doesn't matter really what you do in repairing stuff.
Once that colony is there and it's starting its destruction, there's no turning back. How do you prevent it from getting to that point?
Well, it's tough because every home is so different. This one, they got in because they had a decorative stone that failed, and it was right near the foundation, which was parallel with the driveway. So they had easy access. So sometimes it's a building flaw, sometimes there's so many variables. I can't pinpoint what your access
to check it out.
You would have to go in and check it out. And in this particular one, because the structure was so badly damaged, I had to go get a structural engineer. And then working with him, we said, okay, how are we going to solve this problem?
How long was that job from start to finish?
We finished that in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well worth it though. You watch, you carpenter ants. Justin's coming for you this summer.
Watch out.
You watch out.
Yeah.
Trinity Custom Carpentry is on you.
We are on the move.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bill.
We'll see you next week. And right now we're going to give you a little bit of a commercial break, but if you need to get a hold of Justin, you have any questions, ask away.
Your Trinity Custom Carpentry Check was brought to you by Trinity Custom Carpentry. See them online at trinitycustomcarpentry.ca. Trinity nails it every time.